everyone, thanks for watching Go Local Live here in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. We're continuing the conversation about arts, entertainment, food, fun, all kinds of good stuff,
food,
right? We're talking about all kinds of good stuff today, so I'd like to introduce and welcome our next guest, Michele Maker Palmieri. She is owner and president of Waterfront Production, Newport Waterfront Events, RI Waterfront Events. I got it all in there, right?
A lot of waterfront events. Just say waterfront events. We're going
Waterfront Events. Okay, I want to make sure I get all the titles in there.
Thank you very much.
So thanks so much for joining us today. You have a lot of exciting news going on.
Yes.
So why don't you talk to us? Just recently you made the announcement of the Bold Point Park hosting of the events in East Providence Waterfront happening this summer. So tell us just a little bit about this. Exciting that it's happening this summer.
It is. So we are actually starting in August, so a little later in the summer than we had originally planned, but we will have about a limited season between August and October, but chock full of all kinds of pretty diverse events. So music festivals, we have everything from the Beach Boys to a blues and barbecue festival to our Oktoberfest, which is a tried and true fan favorite for the beer lovers and also German culture lovers as well. So that will kind of cap off our season in October. We're starting off really strong with the Beach Boys. So even though summer will be in full swing in August, on August 2nd, we'll bring the Beach Boys right out to the waterfront. So this has been a bit of a journey for us. My team and myself were the event management team for the Newport Yachting Center in Newport for about a decade. And the Newport Yachting Center was sold back in 2014 to a development company. And when it was sold, the events were going away. So we got together and we acquired all of the intellectual property and the assets to kind of take these events on the road. And our biggest challenge was finding new homes for them.
Where?
Yeah, and so luckily this little state is so manageable. And a waterfront is the waterfront, and there's so many amazing pockets of waterfront here. So we kept some of our programs going in Newport, our chowder cook-off in its 36th years happening at Fort Adams State Park in June. And then we migrated to Providence, between downtown Providence and the waterfront at India Point Park over the past few years. But our goal has always been to find a new home where we can kind of set up a semi-permanent seasonal outdoor venue like we used to have in Newport. So we were standing at India Point Park at one of our shows in 2015. I think it was Jay Giles. We're looking across. There's that awesome undeveloped East Providence waterfront, and we said, let's see what that's all about. So we went and started talking to the city planner, city manager there, and started the process. And it's been about a year and a half of permitting and approvals, and we made a lot of traction last year, and we got our final approvals in January, February of this year. So we got our booking kick-started a little bit later than we normally would, but we're looking at having a limited season of about 10 plus shows, and bringing our Oktoberfest there, and moving a lot of the events like Reggae Festival in its 8th year right over. And we've been making some announcements, sort of rolling announcements over the past couple of weeks. And we made one today as well.
And it's so exciting to be able to have a destination, to have a home. What does it look like now? Have you been there recently?
I have. I'm there quite a bit, actually.
I drove by, I feel like we're on 195, and I'm like, oh, there's a big, you can see it now. You can see development.
Well, Tockwatton is our landmark. So right off of 95, when a lot of folks are saying to me, where's Bold Point? We know where India Point is, and it is literally right across the river from India Point Park. And it right next to Tockwatton, within feet, and that is Waterfront Drive, and it's really accessible, right off of Exit 4 on 195, really easy to get to from a variety of areas. What we are doing is kind of going in there and popping up a venue for this season. We won't do anything that is major infrastructure. It'll be very, very temporary as we pop up and pop down for the variety of events. And then next year we'll come in full steam ahead and we will go right in with 25 plus shows, a mix of comedy, music festivals, concerts, and community events as well. We can host a graduation there if we'd like. So we really want this to be an outdoor seasonal venue that can be the hub of a variety of different gatherings. Right now it looks like a park. So it's open to the public. There's a boat ramp there. It looks really great as the trees are starting to come alive. There's little beach areas, and we pop over there a lot. I've been out there in the snow and in the rain and every element.
It's way better now than it did in the snow.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, I'm really excited because when you're out there and the sun's shining and you're looking across that river and you see that skyline, it's really a cool spot.
East Providence is a beautiful view too.
Yeah, so it's kind of the while you have this amazing skyline, it's the best place to see it, from that vantage point. So we're really excited. So we'll have full-on food truck. I just saw you. Was that Frisky Fries?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're one of our favorites. They've actually been at many of our events, and so we'll have food trucks. We'll have full bars. Lots of cold cocktails, libations, lots of lounge areas. Some events have reserved seating. Others are general admission. Some are a mix of both. Different tiers of ticket prices, but very affordable and just something for everyone, really. And we've announced about 6 events so far.
Yeah, you've announced a host of events: the Beach Boys, Waterfront Reggae Festival. You have the barbecue,
Blues and Barbecue.
Blues and Barbecue. I missed that first word. Sorry. Oktoberfest you announced, and then continuous announcements. Just announced something today, and it seems like really diversified as you go into this. Is that really the goal, to bring in multiple different? And you kind of touch base on this, comedy, music. Yes. Is that what you're looking for? Just diversified events that will really pique anyone and everyone's interest?
Absolutely. Really about enjoying the waterfront, enjoying summer outside in this area. And we just seem to specialize. All of our events seem to be on the water, so that's where all these names come from. All right, waterfront events, waterfront productions. And that is what sets us apart from a lot of different venues. We're not looking to be an indoor venue in the winter. We run a skating rink in the winter. We just roll out our outdoor events. And many are music festivals that have a mix of culture and music and party, like our Oktoberfest, Reggae Fest as well. A lot of cultural elements to that, but it's a great big reggae party. And comedy will come next year as well, and working with the community to do some really low-key family programs as well. But one of the performers we just announced today is Kenny Wayne Shepherd, jumping in on our Blues and Barbecue Festival as a headliner.
Fun.
And that's great because he is an incredible performer, has a new record coming out. We had him in Newport a few years ago, and he just rocked the house. So we're really excited, and we'll be adding to that. So we have some local blues bands and another headliner to announce shortly. Those tickets will go on sale on Friday. And then the other show, this is a mouthful, is this great jam band double bill that we have. It's Mo, and that is little m, M-O-E, and that's a period. So it's kind of a funky way of billing, but Mo and Railroad Earth, 2 just amazing jam bands that kind of rock fusion and just kind of got that folky, kind of hippie crunchy thing going on. So that's a double bill, and that is August 24th. We just announced that, and we'll put that on sale on Friday as well. So pretty diverse.
Yeah, looking at multiple different genres when you're looking at this kind of thing. Are you looking at making this kind of the premier destination at this location? I mean, we have so many different things going on, especially people come to Rhode Island from all over the place.
Especially in season for us.
Especially,
right.
for the summer.
Yeah.
Are you looking at making this kind of the go-to place as people come to Rhode Island for the summer?
Well, that would be perfect. So anything you can do there to help us get there. But yes, that's exactly what we'd like to do, is kind of have a hub, an event center, where in the season there's something to do, and there's ongoing things happening on a weekly basis. That if you're here for Waterfire, there's something to do the next night, or something to do in the middle of the week. I mean, Beach Boys is on a Wednesday, so there's folks have a lot of things going on the weekends. But hey, I'll go check something out down the road on a Wednesday night. So yeah, we really are, and we can. This will be an infrastructure that we can also use for community events. If someone has an event and they need a space and they want to work with us and use our resources, we certainly can open that up as well. So I guess you'd say like a little bit of a hub, an event center, very similar to what used to be in downtown Newport, kind of migrating up this way, and really been pleased with the response so far.
That's good. I mean, and as you move forward, what challenges do you think that you've encountered? Has there been any? I mean, just logistically, you said that you're opening a little bit later in the season than you would have liked to.
Right, and challenges always inevitably, I mean, you have to, there's extensive approvals and permits, and sometimes you think you have them all, and then boom, there's another one you have to kind of get through, but we've navigated that really well, and I can't say enough about the City of East Providence, from the city manager, Tim Chapman and Jean Boyle, who's the city planner. They just were in it, and they just really helped us get through that very seamlessly. But we also had to get the DEM approvals, and they were fantastic to work with. And there were some stipulations. The boat ramp needs to be open, and we want it to be open. We're not going in to take on a public park and not allow for the enjoyment.
Yeah.
So that we will certainly work with folks who want to come and bring their boat out there. And also the Waterfront Commission. So there's a whole Waterfront Commission in East Providence that sort of vets out business that is happening on that waterfront. And they were really in our corner the whole way. So it's just been, I can't say enough about that city. And I can't say enough about, and I can say this without, they're townies. They go by townies. It's the East Providence townies. They are just wearing those colors, and they have been so supportive, and they're looking for jobs, and they are just rallying. They love that this is coming to their town. So it's just a really nice welcome all around.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Do you know approximately how many jobs you'll be?
Yeah, no, and that it'll depend on
bringing jobs.
Yes, it is bringing jobs. In fact, we're doing a job fair at City Hall in East Providence, probably in late June or early July. We'll have some bartending spots, some operation spots, some event staff, people who like to take tickets, greeters. I mean, it's a really cool job for anyone. I mean, any age. I've had people work for us, it's their first job, and then some people who are, retired military or school teachers who just do it for the summer. And so it's a nice broad range and a really fun, dynamic place to work. So.
And that, just going back to that point earlier, we said, are you looking to make this the premier destination? Are you looking for that on the performance side too? Bringing in those big name acts.
Yes, absolutely. One of our partners is Live Nation, so we work with Live Nation.
Huge name.
Yeah, pretty huge name, and we've been working with them since my yachting center days. So that was, going back to 2012. So we work with them to route bands who are playing in New England. So they might start in Maine, go to New Hampshire, end up in Boston, and then come our way. Right. So we have a perfect little stop on the way to New York or Connecticut. So that is something we really want to do. And next year, when we have a little bit more time to start booking, which we'll start doing by the end of this year, for next year, we'll definitely have a really healthy lineup moving forward. So, yeah.
This is all great insight. So, Michele, thank you